For years, Bugiri district in eastern Uganda has been a battleground for a quiet but persistent struggle, a fight against Tangiasis, commonly known as jiggers. At least 2,000 residents of Bugiri in Busoga sub-region were infested with jiggers, and the problem was rampant in the sub-counties of Bulesa, Budaya, Muterere, Nankoma, Buungu, and Bulinda. Most vulnerable were children between the ages of 1 and 6 and the elderly. The jiggers did not spare domestic animals such as pigs, dogs, goats and sheep.
Is that the protocol set with the infant?
Jiggers live in both people and animals. So we get infection, we get the fleas from, say, pigs, goats, hens, to human beings. Then human beings also give fleas to the animals. In most societies, people sleep with their animals in their houses, mostly the goats.
Today, we share a narrative of resilience, compassion and transformation spearheaded by the Rotary Club of Bugiri in the fight against Tangiasis. The heart of Rotary's success lies in the lives it has touched. Afu Mengenyi, a resident of Budia village in Bukatu Parish, Budaya sub-county, is a recovered victim. Before the project intervention, Mugenyi could barely walk because of jiggers. Following the project's intervention, Mugenyi shares how this project changed his life.
Nga enfunza zamukwata ebigere ebyo byonna nga biruma nga tasobola kutambula ni ku makono kona mu ngalo muno ng'enfunza nga tasobola kutambula totali. So bwe twatandika omwidandaba saayo no muzeeyi atambula.
Similarly, Benedicto Okia, a resident of Butegwa B village in Buluwe Parish, Bulesa Sub-County, Bugiri District, is proud that the project gave him new chance at life. He can now freely walk, free from the burden of Tangiasis.
Nali ndikufa enfunza gadindita. Kale sawa eno ndikuwulira nga amaanyi gonkana gakali kuba ku mubiri. Aye nga omubiri gwona muzira nfunza. Ndikuboneka nga omuntu mutuufu mbebaza bwebaze mwebale lutale ya Bugiri muno okununula okulobera itako kundya.
The journey began with a vision to break the cycle of suffering caused by Tangiasis in Bugiri.
While I was president, Makerere University, I think, was having a research that we are conducting about jiggers together with a PhD student, Dr. Mtebi, then with the University of Berlin. That time, you would not imagine that jiggers were an issue. Of course, when he came and make a presentation to our club, we thought it is not something that is not a problem in the community. But with the evidence he presented and the research he had carried out, we saw that it is a silent problem that is in the community. And one of the observations was that when the communities that are the persons who are affected by the jiggers tend to withdraw themselves from the community. So they would suffer silently, they become unproductive.
Yeah, there was a problem with treatment, so they tended to neglect it. They didn't take it as something serious.
Several challenges were faced in the area and formed a basis and guidance for the Tangiasis Control Project.
In the beginning, people had the perception that jiggers is a product of wealth. First of all, because some people believe that there were some anthills where they could get these jiggers.
Rudimentary methods of removing jiggers from the body were being used. This affected residents, forcing them to hide until the intervention of the Rotarians.
Previously, they were using hooks, they were using soft pins.
But when the project came in, we are shifting away from the traditions. We want to use a more safer way of treating the jiggers without harming someone, without destroying someone's skin, or without making someone to be scared of the treatment. That is the idea we've been using. and the VHTs are still using it. And it's because of that that people are opening up to come for treatment. So the NIDA we are using is a drug we are going to be continuing using for treating jiggers.
You just clean the foot clean and you apply the cream-like stuff, and the jigger down there is suffocated and dies off. By so doing, we are preventing secondary bacterial infection which would come as a result of breaking out the jiggers, for example, tetanus and other bacterial infections. And this one, we think it is an acceptable approach in the community of Bugiri district.
Key figures from the international partners were involved in this fight. Bugiri Health Landscape demanded a tailored approach. Rotarians from Germany donated funds, collaborated with Bugiri Rotary Club and Makerere University doctors to bring a wealth of expertise to the table.
The One Health approach is designed to control a cycle of reinfestation of jiggers. That when we treat the humans only, the animals can infect the humans. And if we don't take care of the environment, the sandy fleas can remain and there will be a reinfestation. So in this, we implement with the VHTs. The VHTs were trained on how to treat the jiggers, how to examine, how to sensitize, and they're doing that work in conjunction with the team of the project.
The battle against tangiasis was fought on different fronts. Schools were not just places of education, but also hubs of creativity aimed at creating awareness of the causes, prevention, and treatment of tangiasis. This was through performances like songs and poems reflecting the impact of the project on schools and the community.
Oh, Mother Africa, jiggers are eating us, no education, poverty.
We were trained and we treat our children. They gave us the medicine, all the materials are there in the office. We do the learning and the teaching of these children here concerning jiggers. And now, as I talk right now, the problem of jiggers is reducing. So I thank the Rotary Club, and then the Germans, the whites who helped us to give us the materials and the medicine.
Our children went with this knowledge back in their homes, and they have helped themselves. They have helped the parents. I have personally visited such homes. The jiggers are no more.
Now even our children now know how jiggers can spread when they live in places which are full of dust, when they share houses with animals. Even now, they have learned even how to control jiggers. They know they have to keep clean.
We really want to thank for the support, like for the shoes given to the children in this school. Through the sanitation given to the children, they have now improved from all the infections of jiggers. We want to appreciate the serious monitoring of the Rotary Club and the treatment given to us.
Skits to create awareness were also played and staged in different places in the community.
As a science teacher, I want to thank you for taking lead in giving information to all the pupils of this place, of this school, about tungiasis. Because in most cases, people fear to talk about tungiasis.
After being removed crudely, these learners are absent from school. They absent themselves because we won't manage to move. Let's give, for example, all the way from Budaya to come to school. We will not manage to move because the wounds of the legs. At times, if they manage, they come very late. Sometimes when they are doing their paper, they don't concentrate because they are so much busy with the wounds and the itching of the jiggers in their legs.
The focal teacher gets linked with the VHT of that village who continue treating these people at home, and then at school is managed by the focal teacher who gives the treatment to the child.
The interventions in schools helped to fight stigma in the community.
I want to thank the project manager of Tungariasis and the team for the great work you have done, because they have been spraying our families, the school, everywhere they have been spraying, trying to
kill the multiplication of the germs.
Challenges mukusooka nga bwe twogera ku kigambo nfunza nti twidandaba abandi baali bekweka nga chansoni ino nga bakibona nga chansoni ino naye kati saawa eno babona nga eddagala likola nga lizira buzibu saawa eno wazira buzibu.
Rotarians and the community members joined hands through organizing community events, workshops, and other collaborative initiatives to end tangiasis.
Rotary Uganda, Rotary Bugiri, and the Rotary German at large came with a system of sensitizing community leaders. We started with the launching in the Bugiri district, followed by sensitizing and electing sub-county supervisors and also sub-county task force.
Implementing teams that included village health teams, health in charge, task force members, and VTRT leaders were the backbone of this project. They share their experiences, challenges faced, and triumphs reached.
In this approach, what we are doing a One Health intervention. We treat the environment, the animals and humans, so as to avoid reinfection.
Era twalonda n'akakiiko ak'ebyenfunza nga kaliku omukulu ow'eddiini, kwaba omukulu ow'ebyebuwangwa, kwaba baabwekitya babiri, chairman n'abakyala.
Ife abatonotono ababairemu tulwanisa ku kinene aye twenda twongere omani power nsaba busabe tisinga kyansi bebaireyo
batwongeremu ebikola oba oli awo okutambula kungi ino mutuwona obugaali bwe tukozesa ife babyekitimu nala mutuwa bugaali bwefe tutambula wano.
In a week we could receive like 10, but these days the number has reduced, can go up to 5, 3 like that. It was the Rotary Club managing them to the village. Then for them they were referring to us for other management of complications. Now for us when they come here, we still give them advice. We give them tetanus vaccination, which was provided by the Rotary Club, and then also other treatments.
The funding helped with the purchase of medicines to fumigate homes and domestic animals, facilitate staff and mobilized communities to embrace the best health practices towards eliminating jiggers.
Its implementation has been a pilot. We've been working in the entire district, we've been working in 4 sub-counties, but in the shortest time we've worked for these 2 years, it has indicated that it's a wider problem and a bigger problem in most communities. We've also seen other Rotary clubs from other places wanting to partner with us in ensuring that we also extend the service to their communities. But of course, because of the limited resources and our design, we are incapacitated to stretch to all over. We are trying to interest government to see how this program can either be extended or we want to justify the importance of continuing to fund it such that we can continue providing a service to our communities.
Whereas the problem has been tackled to a bigger extent, there are still some remnants. The Rotary Club of Bugiri has shown us that no challenge is insurmountable when a community unites with purpose. As we celebrate the triumph over tangiasis, we look forward to a Bugiri where health, compassion, and community thrive. Join us in the fight against tangiasis.